Hello, I'm Madison. I'm here with my mom, Kelly Creates. Today we are reading another chapter of Neverland Girls. I'm sorry if we didn't post yesterday. We just had a little busy schedule. And we're going to show us a few things before we do anything. So let's get started. Probably like 2 days ago, we told about the literacy night, and so my limit was 4 books. So these are the books that I got. First one is Mark Lives on Mars. Let me see. The author is Jenny Phillips, illustrated by
Kessler.
Garrity. Next, I got a candy apple book. I think I've never heard of that. It's called The Accidental Cheerleader, Mimi Core. So there's a fourth grade teacher that was telling me. This must have been an old book. I can definitely see. So yeah, by Mimi
McCoy. Yep.
McCoy. Then a classic, Pete the Cat. So this one is Valentine is Cool.
It says Valentine's Day is cool.
Valentine's Day is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I always think these were two or a couple when I was reading these. Includes 12 Valentine's Day cards, fold-out posters, and stickers.
Well, there's some still in there because this was a book exchange, so somebody already had this book. But there's actually a couple stickers, and there's Valentine's still in there. How nice!
That's so nice.
That's cool.
So I can definitely tell this was used because I got this from a 4th grade teacher, and it was from Mrs. McAdee. So if you live in East Aurora and you go to Mrs. McAdee's, please tell me because I will be amazed if I see you. The Legend of Jeffrey,
yeah.
Jeffrey Page.
Wait, is that Jeffrey from Toys R Us?
No.
The giraffe was Jeffrey from Toys R Us.
Was it? Is it?
Hold it up. Jeffrey's birthday club. Yeah, it is. Look.
Oh my god!
So it's about the character from Toys R Us.
That's so cool. The Legend of Jeffrey.
Okay. So those are what you got, and then Brandon got 3, right?
Yeah. So the ones that he got was the first one. I don't think what he knew this was literary.
That looks cool. It's a lot of facts in there. What's it called?
It's called The Adventures of Earth. It's also got climb, sail, and explore your amazing planet.
That's nice.
With flaps, pull tabs, wheels, and pop-ups.
I think some of the things are broken in there a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, because Mrs. McAdee is, probably an old teacher.
Honey, these are not all from Mrs. McAdee. That's just whose classroom it was in. That's really neat.
Yeah, it's got a bunch, and it's super cool.
Okay. What else did he get?
He also got Click, Click, Peep. I think I've read this book before.
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah. So it's by
Doreen Cronin
and
Betsy Lewin.
Creators of New York Times bestseller Click, Click, Moo, Cows That Type. And it's very neat. It looks very good in shape.
That looks like a good one. What about the next one here? What's the last one?
The last one is called The Family Book, and it's by Todd Parr, I think. Todd Parr.
It's a wooden book. I like the wooden books. Those are
the
good
wooden
ones.
books are good.
Okay, so next we get an Ulta magazine, and Addison for the first time saw the little inserts with the scents, the colognes in them. So she just wanted to share those because she thought they were really cool. So she just wanted to share those.
Okay, so this is called Valentino.
It's
and
called Voce Viva. It stands for My Voice, My Strength. Did you like this one? Does it smell good?
Yes, I think I tried
this one was my favorite. Yeah, Voce Viva. This one was my favorite of the 4. Okay, what's the next one?
Next one is called Jimmy Chew with Love. It's got amazing scent. I ripped it because I thought
It's okay. Well, some of them open all the way up like that, but some of them just have. That one was just a little different. Okay, we got 2 more.
We got Libre, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent.
And who was that on there?
I forgot her name.
Dua Lipa?
Dua Lipa. Oh, this one was Lady Gaga.
That's Lady Gaga. Yeah, that one's Dua Lipa though. That one I didn't really care for the smell of that one.
She's got 2 of hers. This one is not as good as I thought it would be. It's too strong.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have scent in it.
Okay,
But
and
still, it's cool.
one more. This is one I never heard of. It's called, remember how to say it?
Philosophy, Amazing Grace, Life to Experience. This is at the bottom. Life to Experience.
Oh, yeah, it's telling you to lift the flap to experience it.
Oh!
Oh gosh, you're so cute. All right, so Addison also has one more thing to show before we read. She
I'm so scared.
practiced doing a chain, and she made a very...
Probably longer than my mom.
She made a very long one. How about you stand up and hold it up to you to show how long it is?
Oh my god. It's probably going to be up to my legs, or even longer than my legs. Okay, so I'm just not sure. Is it cool if I don't know.
Just like put it down to your foot and then hold it up. So about as long as her legs she's made it so far. She's going to try to turn till I can see the front. No. Turn towards me. Yes, there we go. Yeah, and what kind of hook did you do with it? What is that?
So this one is by Susan Bates.
And what kind of what's the?
And it's a 5mm one. I used a very small one. I'm impressed that this yarn lasted this long.
You did a really good one. It'd be really cool.
For literacy night, we were supposed to be dressed up as heroes, like superheroes, and try to talk.
She wanted to be Wonder Woman, and she was trying to make a lasso, but then we opted out to have the Batman shirt instead. So yeah, but she's still gonna try to do that. But we will be right back, and we'll read that next chapter for you guys. Okay. 1 second. So we're back. So we're going to start chapter 4. At the end, we found out that the queen wanted Tink to help Prilla with the girls. So now we're on to chapter 4. Oh, the unfairness. As soon as she was alone, Tink stomped her tiny foot in the air. Somehow she'd gotten stuck with the clumsies. Tink would rather have had her wings dipped in mud. Why me, she grumbled to herself. Any other fairy would do just fine. But what could she do? It was the queen's command. So when Prilla decided to give the girls a tour, Tink had no choice but to follow along. Just put that down. She's chaining while we read.
So I can read this.
You want me to read this?
I read this.
Yes, I know. That's what we do.
Okay, sorry.
Come closer. Scoot up. You're always so far back. There we go. Oh, that's okay.
It's okay.
Just leave it, Addison. All right.
Okay. Prilla started her tour with the home tree, as any fairy would. The home tree was the heart of the fairies' world. Earlier, the girls had been too excited to examine the tree properly.
All right, come on.
Okay. But now they saw the details they missed. Excuse me. They marveled at the great novel door, the sea glass windows. I'm trying to like that. And the tiny steps that wound around the trunk. Where do those go? Gabby pointed to the different color doors and lining the tree's great branches. Some had crystal doorknobs or dandelion doormats. Others had silver wind
chimes,
or see fan awnings hanging above them. To the fairies' rooms. Each is decorated according to its fairy's talent, Prilla explained.
What kind of talent? Asked Lainey. Every kind, said Prilla. Every fairy in Pixie Hollow has a talent. It's the thing she does best and loves to do more than anything else. Look, there in the courtyard. That's a sweeping talent fairy. And the one over there, carrying that plum, that's a harvest talent fairy. Kate giggled. What funny talents, she thought. If I were a fairy, I have an exciting talent, she whispered to Mia. Mia nodded. She was busy peering into the windows of the tea room. Kate peeked over her shoulder. She saw a table made from the polished cross-section of a tree trunk. It was set with plates and cups made from seashells.
Mom.
I always say it wrong. I say it too fast. The napkins were folded flower petals. So that's her looking into the tea room there. I'll hold it for you if you want.
Sorry, my throat's dry. Okay, so now it says, everything is so pretty. I wish I could shrink myself and go inside, Mia said. Oh, right there is Tink's workshop, Prilla said, leaning over the girls around the side of the tree. Tink, who had been sulking behind a tree root, looked up with a start. Her workshop was her pride and joy. She didn't want clumsies poking around in there. She hurried over to keep an eye on them. When Gabby saw Tink's workshop, she squealed with delight. It's a tea kettle, she exclaimed. Sure enough, a real human-sized tea kettle had been squeezed between the home's tree's roots. Its spout made a little awning over the tiny door. Tink's a tinker talent fairy, Prilla explained, the best in Pixie Hollow. Normally, Tink would have been pleased by the compliment, but she was too busy watching Mia. The girl was down on her hands and knees, peeking in the window. Oh, look, she cried, there's a teeny tiny workbench, and a bucket made from a thimble. Oh, and look at that chair made from an old bent spoon. Let me see, Gabby cried, tugging at Mia's sleeve. Do you want me to read? Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. The other girls took turns peeping inside. They were so enthusiastic that finally Tink had to smile. Isn't that just the cutest thing you've ever seen? Mia exclaimed. Tink's smile faded. Prilla looked embarrassed. What's wrong? Asked Mia. Fairies don't like to be called cute, Prilla said. It's insulting. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, Miss Tink. You can say hi. Want to say hi? This is Brandon. He's just grabbing his headset so he can play Fortnite. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Isn't it just the cutest thing you've ever seen? Mia exclaimed. Tink's smile faded. Priya looked embarrassed. What's wrong? Asked Mia. Fairies don't like to be called cute, Prilla said. It's insulting. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, Miss Tink, Maya said. Tink just rolled her eyes. Fairies don't say sorry, Prilla told Mia. They say I'd fly backwards if I could. Mia glanced at Tink and nodded, clearly afraid to say anything else at all. It's okay, Prilla said kindly. When I first got here, I didn't understand all the rules either. What other rules are there? Lainey asked. Well, for starters, fairies don't say Mr. or Miss, Prilla explained. And be careful who you tell secrets to. Fairies love to gossip. And another thing, Prilla lowered her voice, watch out for Vidya, the fast-flying talent fairy. Prilla kept talking, but Kate wasn't listening anymore. Rules had always bored her. Kate looked around for something interesting. She spied a little building made of twigs. It had a straw roof and a wide door. What's this? Kate asked, striding over to it. She bent down to open the door. Don't! Cried Tink. That's the... Frightened squeaks drowned out the rest of her words. Oh, God. A dozen mice burst through the door. They ran off in every direction. I hate mice so much. And there's a picture of them. Oopsie, said Kate. That's the dairy mouse barn, Tink finished with a sigh. I'll help, cried Lainey. She started to chase after the mice, but she only frightened them more. She thinks it's hilarious. They always try to scare me with mice things.
I think it's funny.
A fairy flew out of the barn. You clumsy, clumsy, she yelled. Maybe we better move on, Prilla said quickly and hurried the girls away. When Kate glanced back over her shoulder, she saw the fairy herding the mice back into the barn. Prilla led the girls through Pixie Hollow. They saw garden fairies watering flowers and caterpillar shearing talent fairies herding woolly caterpillars. Two fairies riding on the back of squirrels chased each other through the trees. What are they doing? Asked Lainey. Playing tag, Prilla replied. Those are animal talent fairies. Tink and Prilla took the girls to the orchard where the harvest talent fairies gave them just picked peaches still warm from the sun. Next, they visited Havendish Stream. The girls watched the water talent fairies sailing their leaf boats. Nearby, Kate saw a funny round building. It was built from odd little rocks. Going closer, she saw they weren't rocks, but peach pits. What's this place? She asked. The mill, Prilla said, flying over. It's where we keep the fairy dust. What's fairy dust? Asked Lainey. It's what makes us sparkle, said a voice nearby. A sparrow man flew along the side of the mill. He had floppy blonde hair and a friendly smile. The dust also helps us fly, he told the girls. Without it, we can't fly more than a foot at a time. There's a little picture of a fairy watering a flower up there.
So it's basically the trees, right?
Yeah. This is Terrence, Prillis told the girls. He's a dust talent. Would you like to see inside? Terrence asked. The girls crowded around the double doors. In the dim light, they could see a dozen pumpkin canisters. Terrence lifted the lid off one of the pumpkins. The fairy dust was finer than flour. It shimmered with the colors of the rainbow. That's a lot of dust, Mia said. It's just enough, Terrence replied. In Pixie Hollow, there's just enough of everything. No more, no less. And there's Terrence opening the pumpkin to all that shiny dust there. Kate was thinking about something Terrence had said. Fairy dust helps you fly. Could it help us fly too, she asked. Of course, Terrence said. Anyone can fly with fairy dust. In fact, that's how children usually get to Neverland. You're the first one I've met to come on a blink. Kate was startled by this news. You mean other kids have been here too? Oh, sure, said Terrence. Not very often, mind you, and usually they end up in other parts of Neverland. We don't see too many clumsies in Pixie Hollow. So where are the kids now? Mia wondered. Home, said Tink. The girls turned to her in surprise. It was the first time she'd spoken since the trouble at since the trouble at the mouse barn. Clumsies go home, Tink said again matter-of-factly, unless they have no homes to go back to. Then they stay lost in Neverland forever. The way she said forever sent a shiver down Kate's spine. But, she said, the ones who do go home, they come back to visit sometimes, don't they? No, they don't, Tink said with a shrug. They go home and grow up. And when they grow up, they forget. Neverland seems like something they once dreamed. The girls were quiet. Thinking about this, it was hard for them to imagine ever forgetting such a wonderful place. It's getting late, Prilla said, glancing at the sun. We can see more of Pixie Hollow tomorrow. Come visit any time, Terrence told the girls as he shut the doors of the mills. The setting sun turned the meadow gold as they made their way back to the home tree. It looked even more beautiful than when they first arrived in Pixie Hollow, but Kate barely saw it. Tink's words still troubled her. Was it true that they would go home and forget about Neverland, or else stay here forever? To Kate, the choice, if it was a choice at all, seemed deeply unfair. Well, I won't think about it, Kate told herself. After all, they were here now. There was still so much to do and see and discover. Pushing the thought from her mind, Kate skipped ahead to join her friends. And that is the end of chapter 4. So Kate's worried she doesn't want to go back home because then that means she'll forget the magical place. But she doesn't want to stay there because what?
because her parents are gonna feel like she's lost, and she is missing and lost.
Right. So she's not somebody that doesn't have a family to go back to. So she's like, I like this place, but I don't want to go back there. Okay, so that's the end of that. So I did want to say, I know that these videos, some are recognizing that Addison is a child and not allowing comments to be made. And there was that first one that let it go by. So if there's ever not a comment section, it's because they're recognizing her as a child and they're not allowing comments on child's videos just because they don't want bad things to be said. But if anybody would like to, my email is in the description box. And if anybody wants to send any comments about the videos, either to Addison, me, both of us, if we get any emails before we do another video, we will read the comments and who they're from out loud if you would like. So my email's down below. And there's also ways to donate to the channel because we're going to be doing giveaways every time we hit 100. So when we hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up, we'll be doing giveaways along the way. There's CashApp, PayPal, and Venmo right now. So if anybody did want to make a donation, all the money will go back into growing the channel for giveaway prizes and for shipping costs because we all know those are a little crazy. Any little bit is very appreciated. And if not, the comments, thumbs up, views, those are all amazing as well. I still have that other video up for the 100 giveaway, and I'm going to be doing the Connie's Just Because giveaway collaboration as well. I'll probably have that video up by Saturday because tomorrow we have a lot to do as well. But yeah, so you have anything else?
One thing.
Okay. The what?
Like the children thing. About like. So, there was this girl that I used to watch. She was like 9, and I was about 5 when I started watching her. And I don't understand how. Yes, I'm a minor, my mom calls it. And.
Yes.
And then she's like 9, and I'm 9. But somehow she got to, like get comments. I don't understand how.
Yeah, so YouTube sometimes will flag videos just for protection reasons. Because
any children.
you know how like when you used to watch what are they called? FGTV?
Yeah.
They would turn their comments off because they didn't want people to say nasty things about their children because it can hurt feelings. So they don't want anybody to say anything bad about you and then it hurts your feelings and then it's bullying and bad things can happen. So it's easier just to have the comments turned off and then there's nothing. You have lip gloss on? And then there's just got it in my hand. So there's nothing that people can say. Not that I think that anybody on this channel that is a subscriber of ours would ever say anything rude, mean, negative, whatsoever. We do not think that. It's never happened. But you never know who could pop up and say anything about anyone, and we would rather have it, like I said, in the email, if you'd like to say anything to Addison or to myself, and if you would like it read, you can put that it's okay for us to read it. Okay?
And then plus,
What?
also, kids can just go on there, and kids, they don't understand that, like,
Right.
they don't understand how they can actually, like, some person can just come to their house because they're like, oh, my address is this, oh, my phone number is this. Like, they don't understand, really, so.
Yeah, but, yeah, so, thanks again for listening. I know this is a little bit, well, it's not that long. It is a little bit long video, but we didn't do one yesterday. I don't know if we're going to do one in the next couple days just because I have to work tomorrow, lots of cleaning to do because Grandma's coming over for Mother's Day on Saturday. So Saturday night we might be able to because my mom's only going to be here like the first half of the day. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it very, very much. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like it. Okay?
And subscribe down below. Click the
notification bell twice so you get all of the...
So you get all the notifications when she posts new videos. I hope you have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye.